Welcome back and thank you for staying with the broadcast. Coming off a historic battle to combat raging flames in the city center that devoured the Ajoda building, which housed several businesses, the St. Lucia Fire Service is taking an account of possible hindrances which may affect their future performances. Divisional Officer of the SLFS provides details about the weekend's incidents as well as a synopsis on the challenges the SLFS face with new age infrastructure. More in this report.
The St. Lucia Fire Service Department, over the weekend of November 22nd to the 25th, handled a total of 83 ambulance calls. The nature of the calls included 5 motor vehicular accidents, 2 shooting incidents, and 1 physical assault. Divisional Officer in the SLFS, David Antoine, provides information on the most pressing of these issues.
On Friday, November 22nd, at approximately 11:41 p.m., fire officers from the Gros Islet Fire Station responded to a shooting incident at Monier Babuno. On arrival at the scene, emergency personnel assessed and treated a 28-year-old male for a bullet wound to the right leg. He was subsequently transported to the Victoria Hospital for further medical attention. On Saturday, November 23rd, at approximately 3:23 a.m., fire officers from the Viewfort Fire Station responded to a structural fire at Tetmon Sozel. The structure consisted of 2 floors measuring 42 by 32 feet in dimension. The top floor was a workshop. The ground floor was a concrete dwelling. On arrival at the scene, fire officers were able to control and confine the fire to the top floor of the structure, which was subsequently extinguished. As a consequence of that, the top floor of that structure was completely destroyed.
On the issue of fire, Antoine says the recent burning of the Ajuda building has revealed some areas of weaknesses within the St. Lucia Fire Service Department.
One of the lessons is that we have to be properly trained, and that is one, and we need the equipment to allow us to do the job in an efficient way. I think the combination of training and equipment go a long way in getting the kind of results that we all go out to do, perform our functions and doing well on the scene.
Antoine says the SLFS continues to monitor all options for upgrading equipment to ensure the best quality performance is delivered in the pursuit of saving lives and fighting fires. High-rise lifts and max-reach equipment was highlighted as tools beneficial to fighting towering flames.
Right now in the capital and Grosley, as we know, we have high-rise buildings and they keep going up. So in an event such as that, a piece of equipment like that will do us well as a firefighting to enhance our firefighting tactics.
The divisional officer says the SLFS continues to engage with the government of St. Lucia to ensure all necessary upgrades are made. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Sola Jalfred.
A Castries business owner is urging authorities to address homelessness following what he describes as 8 very foul months. Jacka Wooding tells us more.
Local business owner Peter George is calling on authorities to address the issue of indiscriminate defecation in the city center. George says the entrance of his business, which is situated in the Castries Market, is constantly targeted by homeless persons who inhabit the Castries Market and Old CDC. His mornings begin with the removal of human feces and urine from his establishment, a task which George believes is absurd for a business to be dealing with in the nation's capital.
It's about the whole 8 months or so that since that's been happening, Every morning when you come here is a problem. You have to be cleaning the man pee, the man spit, the man shitting and putting that in paper bag, cardboards, and it's just chaotic every morning when you come. Sometimes you come there around 9 o'clock in the morning. When you start to clean, the people are passing saying, how is now you're doing that? You're supposed to be doing that earlier in the morning and them kind of thing, but they're not realizing what I've been going through. Every morning, if you ain't taken by my neighbor there, next side there is, hey, come in and, and I don't know, say I've been complaining about that for so long and nothing never really happening about it. I just want to know, I don't know who to go to find out, what could be done about that,
George says though the issue stems from one assailant in particular, he wants to see more done to address the issue of homelessness in the city.
It's not right, man, to me, because we're paying our money. We're paying our monthly money every month, and then to be going through that kind of situation. You know, I just don't know. Is to find a place is the most important thing, to find a place for them. But still, I mean, I have no problem with the vagrants sleeping, but I mean, most of the vagrants sleeping and they're not doing that kind of nastiness the man doing, but it's that one in particular that doing all that nonsense, you know? Yeah, the man just doing this every morning in front of people's place. That's the only man that have the problem. If you got a fella sleeping there and nothing really happening, you know, people getting up and they go and do their business. But the man should always in a cardboard and kind of thing like that, you know? I can't really take on that. Every morning trying to be coming and mop up and the man nastiness, that's it.
George urges other business owners to speak up about the negative impacts of homelessness in the city on their businesses. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
The National Workers' Union has written to the Prime Minister, Alan Chasney, regarding the economic well-being of about 300 workers employed with Majestic Industries Limited. The company closed its doors in 2004, leaving said employees scrambling to put together the pieces, with many being stranded without notice, severance and weekly wages unpaid. Secretary General of the National Workers' Union, Johan Harewood, says this intervention by the Prime Minister is necessary to facilitate the selling of a sizable property belonging to the company to provide employees with long overdue settlements.
The union has been supporting these former employees in terms of trying to get that particular property in the Vilbote area, which is valued at millions of dollars for that matter, to try to see if that property can be sold. So that these persons can be properly and adequately compensated. The situation, at least for our purposes, was sort of exacerbated recently, where another former employee has died. And that is just one of many who have gone over the years. So we feel that the time is really now has come for something to happen as it relates to compensating these employees.
Harewood says this frozen industrial matter needs to be thought completely and heated up to ensure the former employees of Majestic Industries Limited are properly compensated. As it stands, the Secretary General says the NWU remains displeased with the slow pace of proceedings.
Nothing is happening. So we need to do what we need to do, at least from the union standpoint, to get compensation for these workers. 2004 is a long time ago.
The NWU has informed media that 3 letters with petitions to Labour Minister Stephenson King on the matter has been sent out. However, to date, there has been no positive results. In other news, Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi made a case on Friday evening for the decriminalization of marijuana on behalf of the government, laying 2 bills in the lower house of Parliament in relation to the matter. Al-Rawi was aiming at the Dangerous Drug Amendment Bill 2019 and the establishment of the Trinidad and Tobago Cannabis Licensing Authority 2019. The AG said under this amendment bill, a person may now lawfully grow no more than 4 cannabis male plants at his residence and without a license, and under the tiered possession scheme, the bill proposes the abolition of the present regime whereby possession of any amount is an arrestable offense.
We say under 30 grams of marijuana, you can have that in your possession. Let me repeat that. No criminal charge or offense for under 30 grams.
The AG said, secondly, between 30 to 60 grams, persons in possession can be issued with a fixed penalty ticket. Failure to pay will lead to said individual tripping an offense.
If you pay that fixed penalty notice, you will find yourself with no record, no conviction. You're in and out. You can pay it electronically or not. But if you cannot pay the fixed penalty notice, you will find yourself subjected to a maximum fine of $50,000. And if you can't pay the fixed penalty notice or the $50,000, as a first run, we will put community service for you.
Al-Rawi reminded the masses to uphold the current laws, as until they are amended, the role of the police will be to uphold said laws. You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. Stay with us, we'll be right back.